What's up, guys? This is day 4 of searching. I didn't sleep last night, so I figured I'd just go out there and start early, give me all day to search. The weather looks like crap. It's actually kind of raining outside. It just let up a minute ago as I started recording this. It's been storming for the last probably 2 hours. Now that we got a break, I'm gonna throw some shoes on, get all my stuff ready, and drive out to the trailhead. It's about an hour drive, and then spend the day hiking. Should be interesting considering I've had no sleep. But I did find an area that I really want to search. It's in the same area as where I've been looking, and it kind of makes sense with the map and everything, so that's going to be my main focus today. But I'm also going to go to one of the areas that I searched already that's directly on the AT and kind of expand on that search a little bit more and check that area out. But that's it. I'll see you at the trailhead. Alright. Starting day 4 hike. Right now it's got the slightest of drizzles going on. But I just looked at the radar. I think it's gonna be pretty rough. But I'm committed. But I know by the time I get out of here, I'm gonna be miserable. But I'm gonna look anyway. The only other alternative is to just sit around on my ass and wait on the rain to pass by. And it looks like there's another band coming right behind this one, so I'm hoping we'll catch the edge of it, because some of it does look pretty rough. But it is what it is. It's all part of it. Today I'm going to be searching around one of the creeks in this area. There's one that's right off the trail. It kind of follows the trail a little bit. So that's where I'm going to be looking. Hopefully we turn up a box. But I'm ready for whatever. Those are kind of cool. Never seen them before. They're growing like a mushroom, but they don't look like mushrooms. Huh. Anyone know what that is? It's pretty neat. Alright. So, right over a mile in, I can tell you the lack of sleep has definitely taken its toll on me. I'm definitely feeling this hike way more than usual. I've hiked this trail several times. And I also didn't pre-hydrate like I normally do. I drank coffee on the way here like a dumbass instead of drinking water and getting ready. And I didn't eat much either. So the odds are stacked against me. Don't do that. Be better than me. Be better than that. Alright, so I'm getting close to my search location. Isn't a very frequented trail, but it's right off the AT. Been pretty strenuous, or it's gonna be pretty strenuous. It's been pretty easy going in, but right now it's pretty easy. Not sure how much further I gotta go, but it's no more than a quarter mile, and I should be at the creek that I want to search. But this is gonna be a rough hike out, especially after hiking in and no sleep and all that good stuff. I just checked the weather because I caught a signal for a minute, and it does look like it's gonna roll right over the top of me, and it's gonna be pretty rough looking. So it's going to be a fun hike out. I'm glad I brought my slicker suit. Otherwise I would be one grumpy hiker by the time I got out. Probably still going to be grumpy, but not too bad. Alright, so I reached my destination. So I'm going to be trying to not rush through this because I actually kind of like this spot and it took a little while to get here, so I'm going to try and scour it pretty good, both uphill and downhill, but I'm going to go uphill first. I don't know why, I just feel like it would be more likely to be uphill. And you can see here, it's pretty overgrown going that way. Not impossible to do, but not super doable either. And also the trail kind of follows it down there. So, not saying that you could see it from the trail. He may put it in a place where you couldn't see it from the trail, but that'd to be a rough area to get down into. So I'm gonna go ahead and start walking up this way and keeping an eye out. I might actually go up on that hillside and hike it around. That's what I'll do. Go up there and then follow it up. And if I can, I'll follow it back down if there's not a whole bunch of them mean little plants around there. Looks like somebody's been here, because this rock's been pulled out not too long ago either. I don't know if that's a person that did that or maybe a bear trying to get to something. I see some tinfoil, so I think it's a person. Oh geez, I thought that was a snake. Little newt. Ooh, that scared me. Alright, keep looking. That guy sounds like he's in a bind. He's breathing really hard. Hopefully I don't sound like that when I'm hiking out. So I've kind of strayed a little bit away from the main creek, and I'm following this little branch up a little ways. I probably won't go too much further, but the weather still doesn't look too bad. But I mean, I imagine it could turn any minute now. When it comes, I feel like it's going to come quick. It's not going to be slow. You're going to hear it, then you're going to see it, and then you're going to feel it. Pretty quick together. But I don't know that it would be up this far away from the trail. I don't know if it would be up this far away from the trail or not, but I'm going to look a little bit. Then I'll head down and kind of comb the area next to the creek a little bit better. Been searching probably 30 minutes now, and a lot of this area is actually fairly open, so it's not hard to search. But this way down here is a dead end, so I'm gonna hike back up, and I can't go the other way. It's too overgrown over there. Actually, I think I can make it. Let me try going up there. Check that area out real quick. You do have this other little creek bed that feeds the main stream down there. I'm gonna climb up here, take a look around, see if I can see anything. I don't think I can get down that way. If I can, then maybe I will. So I'm on the lower side of the creek now. I wanted to check. It's the 1727. So there's nothing around here that's 1727 feet tall in elevation. But there is, however, 1727 meters, which comes out to 5,666 feet. So this little area in here, where I'm standing by, would be about that elevation. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna roam around this little area and then make my way out. I'll probably follow the creek back up because that's gonna be the easier path. That's pretty damn steep and lots of logs falling over and everything like that. So I think that's probably gonna be the easiest route. Maybe just bob and weave through the trail. So nothing yet. I'm gonna start easing out. That was a pretty serene little place down there. Like I could totally live down there. Just disappear from society and put a little hut up there or down there. So I'm gonna start making my way out and be keeping an eye on the way out, looking for a box. This place like this, I mean, yeah, you got a little tuck away area like this. I just don't see it being in an area like that, like tucked away inside there, you know? Because that's not going to be there in a year. It'll be so overgrown. Something could step on it and collapse it. I just don't see it being in an area like that. Like inside of there or something, you know? It's going to be in a rock crevice or attached to a very sturdy tree or something of that nature. So all I'm doing is, as I make my way out, I stop and I turn around and I look behind me to make sure I didn't miss anything on the way out. This is a pretty steep climb. So I'm gonna put my phone away and ease on out. So does anyone else have the fear when they're walking across logs that they're going to slip and impale their butthole on one of these things like this? Is that rational or irrational? I feel like it's totally plausible and would hurt so bad. Am I just crazy? So I'm back on the trail. Didn't find anything. Hiked around the top side. Checked out the bottom side, found a nice little area that was very serene, where it would have been a cool place to put it, but I didn't see it. Now, to be fair, I'm not officially grid searching, because I just don't feel like, in a lot of these areas that it requires it, because it's either uphill or downhill, and I don't think it's going to be in the trunk of some tree somewhere, because it's just, if it's there for 5 years, that's not, it may not be there in 5 years, you know? It may fall over and crush the box and never find it again, even if you know exactly where it's at. It's a big world. Even if you had exact GPS coordinates, you may not be able to find that box again. So I don't think it's in an area like that. Because typically, or I feel like, that the trees, they have all the roots and everything exposed. They're kind of weak, you know? So, or weaker. So they're more likely to fall over in a bad storm or something like that. So I don't see him doing that. Maybe tethering it to like a tree that is obviously very sturdy or something like that, but not inside some tree trunk somewhere with some exposed air, some exposed roots. So I just started hearing the first bits of thunder in the distance. Sound like they're still pretty far off, but I don't think it'll take them too long to get here. Hopefully we'll get lucky and it'll actually just kind of skirt us, because it was going to be close. But last time I looked at the radar, it did look like it was going to be coming straight over the top of me, like the worst of it. But it was a small band too, on that side of the storm. Maybe it falls apart before it gets here, or something like that. One can wish, right? I think I've still got about, I don't know, not even half a mile. Probably about a quarter mile till I get back to the Appalachian Trail. I'm still on the Boulevard Trail right now. But the thunder rolls are getting closer together. Still pretty faint, but they are coming. Back on the Appalachian Trail. Only got, I don't know, it's like a quarter mile further up this trail, and I'll be at the area that I need to be at. I've already searched this area one time, but I didn't search all of the area. I did do a pretty decent search on one part of it, but it's still a lot of ground to cover. And when you're talking about 1,727 miles, it's easy to be off a little bit. Like I said, there's no decimal points, so it's not like you can be exact. Oh, I thought I just saw a bear. Black bears are pretty harmless. Most of the time when you're in the back country, they'll actually run. I've seen them fall out of trees trying to get away from you. But you get the ones that hang out around the park, and they're pretty used to seeing people. They'll just look at you and then go back to doing what they're doing. But that bear from the other day, pretty sure he's made his way up this trail. I can see where he threw up a lot of stuff. I'm not sure why they keep eating the same stuff and then throwing it up. Not sure what the deal is with that. Alright, so I'm in one of the places I wanted to look. This time I'm going downhill to look. So I'm going to go down here a good little ways, I don't know, 100 yards or so, scour around. This is a little creek that you have running off of the Appalachian Trail. So it fits my MO. So that's what I'm going to be looking right now. Wish me luck. And if you look in this area, all the little creeks, I don't know if you call them creeks. You have little areas that flow out like this, and they're all over the place. Like there's one here, there's one there. There's another, well, I think that's the same one, but there's another one over there. There's a piece from the CNC camp from way back in the day. There's a bunch of it by Swayhaffer Falls along that trail. So maybe this is the area he's talking about, because there's a bunch on the other side too. And it's just spreading out, kind of like branches on a tree, you know. So I'm gonna scour this area really well. I don't really see many people just wandering down here. There's a lot of other places that you would be looking around if you were staying in the area. Another thing too is there's a shelter nearby, so he could have very well stayed at that shelter, and he would know if there was people around. Or he could have just hauled ass and left early, you know, and beat the crowd down here. Because this is this is right next to two pretty popular areas. Really good overlook. So we'll put my phone away and get to scouring. I'm going to probably start kind of working my way down. I'm going to go probably about 100 yards out, and I'm just going to start walking back and forth, doing a true grid search, because this area, it could be a lot of places. So that's the plan right now. There's an actual big creek right there. That's bigger than all the others, so yeah, let's get to it. So right now, about 250 feet off from the trail. You had that bolt of linen. I don't know, someone put the idea in my head that maybe that's an indicator that it's 100 yards off the trail. But 100 yards doesn't seem that far, but that's a whole lot of area to search. Especially since you don't know exactly where it's at. I mean, I have a pretty good idea of where the 1727 is, but if they're not using decimal points and it's not at 17.270, that means it could be a 1727.0 all the way to 1727.9. And 100 yard area for that, 100 yards for that area is a lot of room to cover, especially on both sides of the trail. But I'm gonna do my best. Start walking back and forth, see if I see anything. I'm not just looking at the ground. I'm also kind of looking up in the trees, because some of these trees have like forks in them, and maybe he tied it up there to kind of keep the critters away, or to make sure it didn't get floated away or something. I don't know about that, but just a thought I had, and it doesn't make sense to come here and not look up too. I mean, I'm not looking way up, but 5-6 feet off the ground or whatever. If I see a tree, then I'll look at it. So this looks like a place a bear likes to hang out, or some kind of critter. I assume everything's a bear, but this area is popular for bears, as you know, because I had to abandon my hike the other day. But that definitely looks like it's been dug up, scuffed up. I'm guessing to get underneath that log and get out from under the rain. So definitely keeping an eye out. I don't want to surprise one. That's like one of the worst things you can do, is just stumble up on a bear and him not know you're there. But I also don't like having music playing while I'm hiking, so. But that is a little, I'm not gonna say concerning, but if he's there habitually, then he might be hanging out in the area. I'll definitely keep an eye out. Lots of these little branches going down. Right now I'm probably about 275 feet off the trail. And this is pretty remote, I'd say. Definitely no one's just wandering down here, that's for sure. If you're down here, you're here for a reason. Either hiding the body or looking for treasure, one of the two. And as you can see, some of this area is somewhat overgrown, so I mean, I'm not going to be able to really grid search it all the way. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to grid search it all the way, but I'm going to give it my best attempt, I guess. It's always creepy when you're just walking through the woods and it's quiet and you hear a branch break. I mean, branches break all the time, I know, but makes you wonder what broke it, I actually broke my phone out so I can make some noise and record a video. I don't hear any thunder or anything like that, but it's starting to get darker in the forest. Like I said, you can't really see it in the camera because it tends to lighten it up for you, but there's definitely an overcast now. So maybe that means it's moving in. Hopefully not. Hopefully it just passes by and it's just an overcast. As you can see, like, I'm dark, you know what I mean? Normally it hadn't been like that. I can say this. Bears, I mean, I don't want to have an encounter with one up close. I really don't even want to stumble on one roaming around the woods, close or not. But I'm grateful that I don't have to worry about mountain lions. Because them motherfuckers, that's the shit nightmares made out of. Like, when they want you, They will stalk you, and they will hide, and they will pounce. You ever seen the video of the guy with the 45 pointed at him? And he still pounced. He's begging the cat, please don't, please don't. But he did it anyway. And he's dead now. So, yeah, I'm grateful for that. No mountain lions, because they do kind of freak me out. And they stalk you. Like a bear just kind of bumblefucks around the woods, you know? He's liable to come rolling past me down the hill by accident. Mountain lion? Nah. If he's hungry, or she's hungry, she's gonna get you. Or die trying. And it doesn't justify in the camera, but I mean, you probably got about, I don't know, 20 to 30 foot of visibility now. The fog has just rolled in. No telling how long it'll last. Makes it very eerie out here. I know I'm not too far from the trail though, because I just heard people talking. And like I said, I had GPS, so I'm not going to get too lost before I get found. So I found some cage wire out here. We're not too far from the shelter, so I bet you that's what that's from. Back in the day, they had cages around a lot of these shelters out here. Some of them had chain link fence, some of them had that hard wire like that. And then people started being morons and feeding the bears through the fence. And of course, that attracts bears to the camp, to the shelter. So, yeah. Many years ago, the rangers took them all out. I haven't seen one in ages that had any kind of barricade on it. They're all open now. Kind of deter people from doing that. I'm guessing we're a little too close to the shelter for it to be hidden in this area. Because it's all kinds of stuff here. Some trash, an old tarp, that wire. Moseying back towards the creek. Maybe jump on over to the other side and see if it's over there. I don't know though. It's a little bit of ways away from the 1727. Like the creek kind of runs on the edge of it that I found. And like straight up, if you go back up here, straight across the Appalachian Trail, that's actually an area that I've searched. But it was a small area and I wanted to expand that search before I leave out today. And you can see the fog's already cleared. It came, it saw, and it left. Not gonna lie, my heart just skipped a beat, y'all. I'm still gonna go check it out, but I'm pretty sure there's like a birthday balloon or some dumb shit like that that someone left out here. Yep, it's a birthday balloon. I assume it blew up into the air and ended up here. Right where I was looking, go figure, for a blue box. I mean, it only skipped for a second, but still. Alright, I've been searching this little area for a while. I'm not seeing anything that makes me, well, I'm not seeing the box. It still could be here. But start making my way back up to the trail and then maybe climb up and look on the other side some more. Maybe extend it a little higher up. Not so sure it's on that side though because there's no creeks. Like all the creeks seem to be on this side. But again, I don't know if he's talking about, look at the branches of the creeks, look at the branches of the trailhead, or something completely different. Jesus, that scared me. I didn't know what that was. It's a pretty steep climb up. think I'm gonna start walking at an ankle. You can always tell when you're walking through somewhere new, because you just get blasted in the face with spider webs constantly. Nothing's on them. At least nothing that I found so far. So, no look over there. As always, it's still a possibility. It's a lot of area to cover. And it was overcast. And it was fog. And it's a lot of area to cover. And also there is the fact that it may not even be there. So, I hear wind blowing. I don't really hear rain. I'm not sure what time the rain was supposed to start, or if it even was supposed to start. But, so far it hasn't. It's cooperated pretty well. It's definitely dropped in temperature. I'm pretty cool right now. Keep hearing something over there, like something smacking the ground. Anyway. So now I'm probably gonna do the other side some more. I did some down that way. I think the first day I came back. I think that was the first day I came back on trip 2, this trip. So for a total I made 3 trips. 2 here and then 1 in Massachusetts, which was one of those eureka things, and it was just like, it's there, it's there, it's there. So like I just got in my car pretty much and started driving out there. 24 hours to find out it was most likely not the right spot. It was a really pretty spot though, a place called Bear Rock Falls, right on the state line of New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. Can't remember the name of the state park it was right next to in New York, but that's where I stayed at. $12 a night for that campsite. Really nice bathrooms, really nice facilities, and the hike was really nice too. And Bear Rock Falls was really cool. I think I got a video of it somewhere. Maybe I'll put it in there. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here for another minute or 2, and then start combing this area for a little while. And then after that, I'm probably gonna head out. It's probably about 1:30 right now. I've been hiking since about 9:30 this morning. And I've been climbing up some steep hills in and out of these areas. It's not just regular hiking. Like these are like 90-degree angles going up the damn mountain. But the fog is really setting in right now. So it doesn't look like it's very foggy, but I mean it kind of makes it harder to see. So you really do have to comb every little area. You can't just walk past it, look a little ways, and then turn around and look back to make sure you didn't miss it. Nothing like that. Like you really do have to. Could have swore I just saw a flash. Maybe not. So yeah, you really do have to comb it really well when it's foggy like this. So apparently I jinxed myself. I'm starting to hear the slightest pitter-patter of raindrops on the leaves. And it's slowly getting faster. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw my slicker suit on. Be ready. I don't want to get soaking wet. I don't want my boots getting soaking wet. It'll keep the rain out of my boots. I got my boots on. Got my slicker pants on. Probably not gonna throw the jacket on just yet. It's the slightest little pitter patter. I hear the wind starting to pick up a little bit, blow around a little bit, and the rain is starting to increase a little. But I'll be ready with it. I'll go ahead and search this area up here a little bit more, and then probably roll out before it gets too bad. I know it was supposed to be thunderstorms, but that was also down where I was camping, which is an hour away, so maybe it won't be thunderstorms here. Here's another little bed spot where critters been laying. I assume bear. I think they just find wherever and shelter from the rain, which is, from the sounds of it, starting to pick up. It went away for a minute and then now it's coming back and it sounds like it's building. So, don't know how much more I'll be looking around. I'm actually in an area I've already kind of looked at. I looked at my GPS and realized where I was at, and I'd already been through this area, so I'm probably gonna start heading out. So I'm probably gonna start heading down, get back on the trail, start heading out, maybe go back to camp. I think my spot's gonna be taken though. Some van lifer was at the other campsite, which isn't as nice. I'm sure when he realized I'm going, he jumped on it and moved down there. So I'm probably gonna have the not so good campsite tonight if I go back there. Really is pretty though. Very dense woods right here. I don't think it's gonna be here. It'd be covered up in almost no time with as much stuff that's falling down here. And there's probably stuff falling constantly here. So yeah, I'm probably about to head out. I'm pooped for the day. It's gonna take me a good hour to get out of here. I think it's around 3 miles. So maybe not quite an hour, probably about 45 minutes. Anyway, see you at the trailhead. Okay, so I think I got my slicker. Still not real bad, but I feel like it's coming. It's starting to pulse. Where it picks up and slows down, picks up and slows down. So, hopefully me breaking out my rain suit isn't for nothing. So, who knows, maybe I'll get through these branches in the trail and decide to look some more. I doubt it though. Especially if the rain keeps getting worse than it is. So I decided not to look around anymore. Kind of burnt out right now. But I did want to check an area out called the Jumpoff. I've been out here probably, 6 times along this trail in this area, and I've never made the trip down here. Can't really see a whole lot right now. But that's a sheer cliff right here. It's actually kind of a cool spot. Even with the overcast. Or the fog, or whatever you want to call it. Might chill out here for a few minutes. See if I can wait out the fog. It's crazy how thick this fog is. Like, this isn't even the thickest you see it. Like, I got pictures earlier where, like, it's just complete smoke. There we go. It's got a little clear spot coming out. You can see how high up you actually are in the area. Not sure what the elevation is here. Probably like 6,500 or something. Super cool spot. So you got this in the area, and you got Charlie's Bunyan. It's right here on the same trail. And you got the boulevard leading to Mount LeConte, where a lot of people say it is, which also leads to the Rainbow Falls Trail, hence a rainbow trail. So, I mean, this area is just full of cool little spots. It's also the area that he would have hiked when he was a kid. He would have stayed in this shelter nearby. He would have hiked these trails. He would have came and smoked a joint out here on the Jumpoff with his buddies. I mean, aside from the fact that it's obvious, and he said this would be the perfect place to hide a treasure, there's no reason for it not to be here. It's too obvious, but like I said, he wants a box to be found. There's still, what, 4 other boxes after that, including one really hard one that's supposed to be super duper hard to find, the lion's share. So finding one box quickly is not a big deal. It's just validating the hunt. It's making people see that it is real. It's going to boost his book sales. Which, I mean, he says he'd have to sell a lot of books to recoup his money. Every time a box is found, his sales are going to boost. Right now his sales are boosting. I mean, his sales are probably starting to dwindle because everybody who's into it and believes it has already got the book. But once a box is found and they realize, hey, there really is money hidden in boxes out in the middle of the woods. Like, this guy's legit. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to buy the book. Especially the ebook. Because it's like $3 for a chapter. Well, this one's near my house. Let me check it out. It's only $3. See a little bit more. I wish I had a joint right now. That would suck to fall. So there's a clearer image. I mean, those trees are probably, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 foot tall. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure what the elevation is here, but it's pretty high. Definitely higher than all that. Wish I had a drone, which I know it's illegal to fly here, but that would be totally cool to just fly that drone down there. I'd be terrified I'd lose it though, because I would never get it back. It'd be gone forever. I'd have to download the footage from whatever tree it's hung in and just go about my day. And just like that, it's gone again. Can't see anything. Completely whited out. Can't even see the trees on the mountainside right below me. It's cool, but at the same time, it's irritating. Alright. I'm leaving the Jumpoff now. It's a pretty cool little spot. I said I've been here like 5 or 6 times, but I've never actually made the trek up here because it's a dead-end trail. And I didn't think the box would be here, so I just never took the time to come because I had my mind on the box. But several weeks before I came, the very first time, my son actually came and was here for about 2 or 3 days looking as well in this area. Bless his heart, he didn't look very good. Which I don't guess it mattered. I looked really, what I consider to be pretty good, and I haven't found it yet, so I guess I shouldn't be so hard on him. But he barely left the trail at all. But my son came here because he wanted to check it out, and he was in the area. And when he got back, he sent me a message and said he knew it was here. He could feel it in his nuggets. So I wanted to see if I got it in my nuggets too, that it would be here. And I don't. It's a dead-end trail. I mean, it could be here. It very well may be like somewhere down there, or somewhere down there. But I'm not so sure of that. However, I may put it on the to-do list, but it's not going to be done today. Today I'm going to start hiking out. It's about 3 o'clock. I'm not going to be in any big hurry, so it's going to take me a little while. Still don't think it'll take me more than like an hour and a half. Once I get past Sweat Heifer Trail, it's all downhill. A lot of uphill before then, but until then, it's, I mean, once you get there, it's all downhill. So yeah, the search is done for the day. Today is day 4 of actually searching. I've been here, I think, about a week in this area. I took my time getting here from Houston. Stopped at a few campsites and made a few little review videos. I stayed at a lot of those campsites, so I figured I would start reviewing them. I don't know what that is, but I think it's somebody's initials. So that's one of the things I'm going to be doing, is making a lot of reviews for these areas that I find, either dispersed sites or like these free campgrounds or super cheap ones. I stayed at one in Alabama that was $3. So horse camp. You always want to find space with open spots. You can always go to a horse camp. They have tons of space there, and they have tons of spots that are almost always open. Anyway, I'm rambling. So that's it for the day. Haven't decided fully what I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure my campsite's taken, so I don't know if I'm going to even bother going back there, or if I'm just going to find a spot to squat tonight. Maybe get a nice, good meal at one of these home cooking restaurants in the area. I'm sure they're way overpriced, but they're probably really good too. We shall see. I also want to check out Rainbow Falls Trail before I leave. Check the creek branches around there. I feel like the fact that it puts you in this area, and there's a few little things on the map, like if you look at the letters AT, they're X'd out, basically telling me that it's not actually on the AT. I know I'm looking on the AT and that's my main focus, but it's the only place that I have that is an exact location. A raindrop fell directly on the camera. It's the only place that I have that gives me an exact location. I don't know if he designed it that way, or if he designed it just to put it in an area and then you figure out the rest. I wholeheartedly believe it is in this area, at the very least. It is in this general area. Whether it's in actual Smoky Mountains National Park, I don't know. At first I was against the parks, because legally you're not allowed to leave anything here, and not allowed to take anything out. So somebody can actually get in trouble. However, I don't think they would actually pursue that, because the forest fin was actually found inside Yellowstone Park, and nothing came of it. He got to keep it, he got to auction it off. So maybe he didn't even really take it too much into consideration when he hid it out here. I wouldn't have hidden it in the park though. Anyway, I'm gonna put my phone up. The rain's starting to pick up. see you at the trailhead. It's a good thing I put my slicker suit on 2 hours ago, else I might have gotten wet. It's starting to come down pretty good here. Trees are blocking a lot of it, but it's pretty decent little rainfall going on right now. Big old fat raindrops.